All right, welcome back. As you can tell, I am at work and not in the car again due to the massive wall of fast twitch. What? Yeah, fast twitch ignites power. Uh, I'm guessing they're called fast twitch. I don't know why ignites power looks like it's actually part of the name. Anyways, it's Gatorade's electrolyte energy drinks. Zero sugar, 200 milligrams of caffeine. I'm not selling them to you because clearly they don't sell very well. But, anyways, the point is, I'm here, Gold's Gym, not in the car for this pre lift talk. I gotta find a better name for this. Um, Video last night had some issues with the mic. Should be good tonight. I fully charged these. I also cleared storage from my phone, so there should be no technical difficulties for this one, hopefully. We shall see. I'm going to keep this talk pretty short because I already drank my pre and it's 10:30, so kind of another late one. Today's back and rear delts. Some people might be like, why are you doing just rear delts? Um, because they are a weak point for sure, as most lifters. It's a very small, kind of complicated muscle to hit, but it is very important when it comes to posing your overall. I'm drawing blanks again because I just got off work. Your overall physique proportion, that's what I was thinking of. Your overall proportionate look, physique, aesthetics, whatever you want to call it. That little muscle on the back of your shoulders really brings out and pops the shoulders on the back poses, as well as on like the front lat poses. Kind of sticks out the back, provides a full roundness of the shoulder, even from the side shots. That's what I'm saying. So any angle, front, side, back, rear delts come into play big time when completing the shoulder and completing the shot, connecting it together. So very important. Like don't you got to hit rear delts hard too. They're not easy to hit and target. So I've been doing this for a while because for that reason, rear delts are hard to target. They are definitely a weak point, especially when your front delts are usually overdeveloped. I don't really do front delts much anymore for that reason because my rear delts are so far behind my front, and front delts get worked a lot during push movements. So rear delts is kind of the opposite. When you do a lot of pulling movements, you're using your rear delts a lot. You are using your forearms and your biceps, so that's why a lot of people do pull days with their biceps. But my biceps are fine. I do those with arms, and my triceps are worse than my biceps, so target triceps first and then biceps, but that's for arm day. So that's why I do rear delts with back. Hit back first still. I've thought about doing rear delts first, but I feel like if I target rear delts first, they are going to get more stimulation a little bit, but then I'm going to be really tired for back because back is a heavy, thick muscle group to hit. Like you got to pull a lot of weight to stimulate it. And if I'm already fatigued halfway through a workout, that kind of deal, I feel like I'm gonna get basically not much, if very little out of back, and I can't have that happening either. So I'm gonna continue to stick with back first, just because it requires the most amount of effort, fatigue. Well, it will fatigue me the most. I want to be the least amount of fatigued for that because it requires so much to do it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I've been thinking about it for the last hour and a half. I don't have a set plan of things. I just know what I want to target, what my weaknesses are, what my strengths are, target more about my weaknesses. And I have the same kind of structure when it comes to lifting. It doesn't matter the group, muscle groups that I'm hitting. Go heavy at the beginning, go lighter, more squeezing, pumped up hypertrophy movements towards the end. So I normally do lat pull downs first just because I want to grow my lats and get wide. but I might do some type of pulling movements first. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I've been thinking about it for an hour and a half, and I really don't know still what I want to do. So we're just gonna have to see. Rear delts, I'll probably try and do some rear delt flies with dumbbells and reverse flies on the pec deck, just the other way facing the seat. That'll probably be it for rear delts. I'll just spam those, do the dumbbells at the beginning just because they require more effort, and then burn out hypertrophy with the stack. Not the stack. Can't do the stack with rear delt flies. Um, I don't know how much I can do, but I'll probably do like 15 reps of that and then go down the stack, is what I was trying to say, and wait, go down and wait on the stack and to burn out. That's what's going to finish my back day today. But for back, some type of rowing movements, a lot of rowing movements. That's pretty much all back is. Some pull downs with your lats and then rowing movements. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just different variations. I can't really tell if my upper back or lower back is better, like traps and lower lats. I've been trying to even them out so it completes a full thick back. You don't want your traps to be massive and you have no lower back, so I'm trying to bring them together and then bring the lats out wide. So probably do some type of wide grip lat pull down for that reason, trying to get as wide as possible, and then do some really good squeezing kind of lower lat pull downs. And then for rows, I like bent over rows, like barbell bent over rows. I try to go heavy usually, but lately I've been pulling away from doing them heavy. They're just not hitting like I want them to. So I might do bent over barbell rows. If I do, it'll probably be with like one plate and just really work on squeezing at the top and keeping my back straight and using all my lats as much as possible to row it through. So if I do barbell, otherwise, we do have a new row machine, plate loaded row machine. It's got the different grips on it, so you can hit different variations depending on your wrists. But I like doing the ones up top to really get my upper back going. So I'll probably do that. I do like that a lot. It gets a good stretch at the back too, and I'm trying to fill in the middle of my traps. And it seems that the best way to do that is to get a really deep stretch at the end of your rep, so it really like stretches out that middle part of your back and stimulates the muscles back there. So I'll probably do that, get a good stretch um, when I do those, and then some type of lower lat row of some kind. I don't know. I really have no idea. I'm just going to get out there and see what pops out to me and then just try it out. If it feels good, I'll sit there and do it, pump up my back, hit rear delts, and that'll be it. And then we'll do a card talk on the way home, go over some stuff. And then just like last night, gonna drink some mass gainer, get in bed, and do it again. Tomorrow is going to be arms, I believe. That's what it's looking like. I'm like 90% sure it's going to be arms. So triceps, biceps. Triceps I'll hit hard. Biceps I'll do a little bit just to pump them up, keep them stimulated. I don't want them to really. Well, you know what? That's for tomorrow. You guys will have to watch that video when it comes out tomorrow. We'll talk about all this then. I'm going to stop talking now, though. I'm going to go ahead and get out there. This lift should be pretty quickly. This lift should be pretty quick. It should get done quickly. So, yeah, let's just get started. We'll see what's first. I'm not really sure. All right. Did some warm-up reps. Was lucky enough to find a lat pull down, so I'm going to sit here, do at least 2 sets of wide pull downs for 8 to 10 reps, 180 pounds. I'll do one on 180 and then see how it feels. If I get more than 12, which we'll see if I do, then I'll go up 200. Otherwise, sit here for 2 to 3 sets and then do 1 or 2 sets with a bit of a more close grip. So we'll see. Okay. I think that was like 9 or 10. Either way, I'm gonna stay there. Do one more set of those. Oh. All right, I'll drop set it. Why not? Go from 180 to 140. Oh, damn, that was close. Gotta avoid getting poked in the face with these things. Oh. All right, that's good. Try to get some wide grip pull downs in there just to try and get, I don't know, as wide as of lats as possible. Because you don't want just thickness, you need width as well. So probably switch to a closer grip. That'll be good. All right. Got this more of a neutral grip. Not quite as wide. It's a little bit in the middle, and your hands are angled a little differently. I chose this one just because I feel like it's a little better on my rear delts, which goes into play with what today's lift is. So I'm gonna go back to 180 pounds. It should theoretically be a little easier now that I'm not out so wide. A little bit closer, can use, I don't know, I just feel like I can do more weight when you're a little closer in than as wide out as I can really go. So I'm gonna do one set of these. I'll do a drop set on it too, and that'll probably be it for lat pull downs, and then we'll find a row. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, I lied. It was not really easier. That weight's heavy as hell. I'll drop to 130 this time. My forearms and biceps are getting really pumped, so honestly not great. I'm probably gonna pull out the straps from our next rowing movements just so I can try and keep more tension on my back and not so much on my forearms and biceps because they're getting pretty pumped already. But let's do this for 130 real quick and then we'll be done. Okay. Oh, yeah. Biceps and forearms. Super pumped already. It's not great because I'm trying to hit back, but let's move on. So I brought out the lifting straps. However, I'm not going to use them just yet. I'm going to try and do one set. I decided to try out barbell rows. I'm not going to go any heavier than one plate though, just because I want to keep it lighter volume and my forearms are already hurting. So we'll do this for as many as I can do for at least one set. I might call it after that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest either. Honestly, sometimes they're really hitting, sometimes they're not hitting. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Do some upper back rows for 2 or 3 sets. Get a good stretch like I was talking about, and then do something lower back. And honestly, my back's probably good. Just go all the way down, get a good stretch at the bottom, and then rip it through. I try to keep my arms out wide while I'm doing it. So I'm trying to use as much back as possible. Yeah, that was solid. Not too bad. Um, yeah, I'll do it one more time. I think one more will be good. All right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, back is definitely feeling more pumped. Gonna do lower back, some type of lower lat rowing movement, and then we'll call it for back. All right, this should be the last back movement. So these grips, you can actually interchange them wide, close. I've got them pretty much in the middle. I think it's actually exactly in the middle. And the handles themselves actually turn. So I'm gonna turn them in a little bit and try and row through my lower back, lower lats. And 25 pounds is enough on this plate loaded machine, honestly. It's the end of the workout too, so I'm obviously tired. I'm not gonna use the straps either, just because I think I really don't need to. I think it should be fine, but I'm gonna do this for at least 2 sets, maybe 3. Just enough until my lower lats feel pretty pumped. But yeah, let's go ahead and do one and see what it looks like. So I think that was 9. I'm gonna stick there, do that one more time. Then I might do I don't know. I want to find a way to like drop set it, but you know what? I'm gonna do this one more time, and then I'm gonna put 3 10s on each side, and then do a triple drop set with those. Never done it before, but sounds good. So, yeah, we'll do that for the third and final set. All right, let's go to that triple drop set and we'll be done. Whew. Oh my gosh. All right, last one. So, real quick, obviously, this is going to be definitely lighter, even though I'm already fatigued. So, just going to take it slow, get a good squeeze. Okay, or at least that was the goal. Did it for the first few, but I'm already tired. So just wrapped it out to failure. Now we are done with back. Let's do our 2 rear delt exercises and call it a night. So I'm here on this incline bench. I'm gonna turn and face it. Try and get my shoulders lined up basically 90 degrees with the ground, and then go straight out, as far out as I can go. That way it's more tension on my rear delts and not so much as a rowing movement like with my back. So the goal for these is not to go back with them, but out. Same as a side lateral raise. You know, any shoulder movement, you're going out. Whether it's front delt, you're going out this way. Rear delt is the same concept. You're just going out, kind of backwards. So I'm gonna sit here for probably 3 sets, at least, maybe a fourth, and then go on to rear delt flies. I'm also using 25s. This might be too heavy. We're gonna find out. I don't know. The thing with these is I don't really feel it as much, which is usually a good indicator for whether it's working really well or not. But when I do these, I seem to get still good stimulation, like looking wise. Like I look in the mirror, they look pretty pumped up. And usually, from what I can tell, I can see growth coming from doing these. So it makes sense, honestly. Like any type of movement that's going against gravity is usually going to produce better results from what I've learned just from, at least me personally, from doing stuff. So every time I do these, I'm always like, I don't really feel pumped as much. I don't know if I'm really feeling it. I'm going to failure. I'm doing as much as I can, keeping the tension on my rear delts. But yeah, I get done with them. I'm like, I don't know, you know. But I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do 2 more. I'm not gonna do a fourth. I'm gonna do this and then drop to 15. So I'm gonna do 2 drop sets. All right. I don't know if you can tell right there, but I kind of twist my hands inwards a little bit so that the dumbbells are actually out. Feel like it targets it a little better. But then when I dropped to the 15s, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Turn them inside and point my elbows out more and try to focus on my elbows just going out, because that's a good indicator of, it's something to focus on while you're doing something shoulders. Like when I do side laterals, I think about my elbows going outwards, and it helps to target a little better. It felt a little better doing that, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was the grip or if it was, the lower weight. Either way, like I said, if it doesn't maybe feel quite right, but you're not ready to quite give up on it, do a different variation of some kind, like a drop set, switch up the grip, switch up how you're holding it. Just try different things. Some things might feel better than others, and then you have a good indicator of that for the future. So I don't know. That was a little better. I felt better about that set for sure, more than the first one. So I think we'll do that exact same thing one more time. Oh my gosh. All right. Yep, that's it for that. Just going to show you the last set. I just did one of these. I'm going to do the same exact thing. 120 pounds for as many as I can do. Drop it to 80 pounds. Do as many as I can do. That'll be it. Oh my gosh. Yep. Okay. Back and rear delts done. Let's go pose down and get in the car. All right, I came back to the original posing spot from my first video, chest and triceps. I think the lighting's a little better. I also turned down the exposure on my phone a little bit. Seems to help I don't know, make it look a little freakier. So I turned it out just a tad more. We're just experimenting here, seeing how it's going to look. But overall, I feel pretty pumped. Upper back and lats feel a little bit more pumped than my lower lats, lower back, but let's see what it looks like. And keep the mic over here. So, real quick, I don't know how that looked. You guys tell me, but I do like the exposure features. Oh, rear delts. Definitely, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell. Front delt, rear delt in the back. That's what you want right there. It's starting to poke out back there. That's what we're going for. Let's hit one quick pose. Maybe two. Yeah, you want that roundness of shoulders. So that's what we're going for. I mean, I'm serious. They are used in every pose. You can't see them as much. They're hiding back there, but without them, it really does make a difference, especially in the back poses, man. Those back lat spreads, I hope I can see them back there, but having this peak back here, when you're hitting this, makes such a big difference. What's the other one? I mean, anything like this, like a back double bi. You can see them. Hopefully, during the video, I'm excited to see what it looks like in post. But yeah, even tricep shots. It's like doing this. Yeah. So obviously not all the way there yet, but when they start poking out over your tricep, that's what you're going for real. I think the I don't know what you call that, like the chest pose, side chest. I think that's what it is, side chest. On the side chest pose, you can really see it poking out there in the back. It's almost making my triceps look small right now because they're pumped. The rear delts are pumped and the triceps aren't. But I'd rather have bigger rear delts than, I mean, I want everything to be big, but you know what I mean. Rear delts are so hard to target. The fact that my rear delts kind of look like they're overpowering my triceps right now, I'm okay with that for this moment. For being pumped, I mean, I can tell right there the roundness of the shoulder, man. Without it, it just like cuts off, like right here. You just don't have this back there, and it doesn't look great. But when you have it all together, man, it looks awesome. But yeah, let's put this on, get back in the car. All right. Successful lift once again. It is past midnight, but you know, maybe as long as I'm on a schedule, I'm okay with that. It is late. I am gonna go home, do what I did last night, down some mass gainer, get in the shower, go to bed. I got some good sleep still last night, even though, I mean, maybe I got good sleep because I had such a long day and I was so beat that I just crashed so hard. I hope that that's not the case because I was definitely more tired yesterday. But I need to go home and get some good sleep regardless. So I hope I can sleep well again tonight. Sleep is so important, man. Do not slack on getting sleep. Seriously, it is so important for everything you do in life, during the day, whatever. Um, Pretty much sets up how your next day is going to be. And I have not always been the best at being on a sleep schedule, getting sleep, that kind of stuff. So as long as I'm getting 8 hours, that's great. If I can get on a consistent schedule, that is awesome. Because that is not me normally at all. I'm telling you guys this, but I struggle with this all the time. But regardless, the back rear delt lift was great. Um, I looked at the shots real quick just before I hopped in the car. I think the exposure might have been down just a tad too much, at least in that spot of the gym where I was posing down, but it still looked pretty great. My back definitely seems like it's filling in the middle, which has been my goal for the last, I don't know, month or two. With all my back lifts, is really filling in the center of my back, getting that thick turtle shell, and also getting wide at the same time. Um, I think where I lack the rear. Oh, first of all, the rear delts, they are coming along just great. This split that I've been doing, which I'll talk about too. The split that I've been doing has been working really well, so I am happy with it. Definitely going to keep doing it pretty much for the foreseeable future. I have no reason to change it at all. I really like it a lot. I'll go over that in a second. But back to the back poses. The only thing that I feel like I'm lacking now in posing is my shoulders. My shoulders seem to be on the smaller side. They're my weak point now. Usually they're a strong point for me. So I take it easy on shoulders, and I think now, just like some things, you work on your weaknesses, focus on those, they get better. That's awesome. That's what you're going for, right? But now they have caught up to your strengths, and maybe because you're working on your weaknesses more, you're not working on your strengths as much because you want them to catch up. That's the whole point, right? So now that they are caught up, now I need to go back to doing some of the other stuff that I was doing before, such as focusing more on shoulders and stuff like that. So it's kind of this back and forth, just like, you know, strengths are here, weaknesses are here, weaknesses come up, catch up a little bit. Now these start looking like, oh, maybe I should start working on them more again. So I'm going to go back to hitting shoulders pretty hard, I think. I also haven't done shoulders actually in like a week, just because they are a strength. So I kind of push them towards the back of my priority list. And just the way my lifts have gone, my first video was chest and triceps. So that's not normally what I do. I normally do chest and shoulders. And then I do triceps and biceps together. But my chest wasn't sore 2 days ago when I did the video. My chest wasn't sore, and my chest is a weak point, and it was arm day. So I was like, okay, my biceps are also a strength. That's important. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to hit chest again, even though I did hit it a few days ago, and it's not really chest day. I'm going to do chest again with my triceps. So both weak points, I'll just hit them together. Save biceps for arm day, which is coming up tomorrow, and that's fine. But now my arms are starting to become a little more on the weaker side. I say weakness as a point of like just proportionality. Bodybuilding is all about proportion, staying proportionate, being big, but being proportionate, looking good. You don't want to look out of whack. You don't want massive shoulders, tiny buys and tries. Like that looks weird. And it kind of looked like that when I was posing, right? So even though my shoulders are what's pumped up a little bit, my bis and tris aren't. Um, it still is a good indicator that, okay, maybe I need to hit bis and tris a little harder now. Go back to hitting them a little bit more, focusing on them a little more on arm days. So tomorrow I'll hit tris and bis pretty well. Um, but yeah, my rear delts are coming along. But my side delts, they're just so important. Shoulders are so important when it comes to physiques. So I need to get back to, I really want boulder shoulders coming out, like rounded out. That's the goal, is like rounded out on like back shots, on lat spreads, lat spreads from the back and the front. And then my most muscular, my shoulders look great doing that. But when I do lat spreads, they look more flat. And I don't want that. I want them rounded off and like looking thick, just placed right on top. Um, so I'm gonna start hitting shoulders a little bit harder, real quick. I'm probably the drive home's only like 10 minutes, which is great because that's a good amount of talking. Anyways, real quick before I get home, I'm gonna go over the split. First of all, I'm already getting a lot of talk about me being a Sam Solik copy. That's understandable. Like I knew that was coming before I even did these type of videos because that is the type of videos I'm doing. I'm doing the Sam Solik style type of videos just because that's what works best for me. That's what I enjoy. It's not incredibly hard to edit, and I'm pretty good at just rambling. And I like to talk about my lifts, like all of it. All of it just works for me. So this is definitely the style of my videos. I'm not doing it to try and copy Sam Solik, even though, Sam Solik was the one to either create it or at least popularize it, right? So it's fine. Like, call me Sam Solik, copy whatever. I'm obviously not Sam Solik. Um, that dude is at least twice the size of me, definitely more. He's definitely more than 2 times the size of me. That boy's thick. That dude's got a massive back. But anyways, massive everything. But that dude's back is ridiculous. Super thick turtle shell on that dude. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. It doesn't help that I'm doing these type of videos and my split is actually the exact same as Solik's. He's actually not doing shoulders and stuff so much because that's a strength of him. I'm pretty sure he's just doing like back by itself and chest by itself, that kind of stuff right now. I'm not. I'm still hitting everything because I am little. um, but I actually didn't get the split from him. I just started doing it. I made it up myself, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing it for the same reasons he's doing it, is because it's a 4-day split: chest, shoulders, back, rear delts, bis and tris, and then legs. So I chose to do four. I made it when I did the split and thought of a split. I needed something that wasn't just 3 days, because 3 days is too much. You're fitting too many things in a day. You're hitting too many muscle groups at the same time. And I feel like I wasn't getting as much growth and stimulation and recovery out of those out of any of my muscles, because I was just hitting them too quickly and I was trying to do too many things in one session. So I added a day, and I split it up so that I could put my weaknesses together. So rear delts are a weakness, chest is a weakness, back is a weakness. Biceps are a strength, so I took biceps out of back. Triceps are a weakness, so put tris and bis together. Hit tris hard, bis just enough. Hit chest hard. Shoulders are part of chest, so let's just do shoulders with chest. Shoulders should always be on the up and coming. Like I said, I need to hit them very hard. So chest and shoulders together, great. Hit both of those hard, awesome. Back and rear delts, both two things that I really want to grow, great. Hit those together. Tris and bis. Bis are, good with tris. And I got to throw them in somewhere, so that works out. And then legs are legs. So everything fits together so nicely. It really does. And then you have 4 days. So by the time you go hit chest, you go 3 days and you come back around to chest, you should be recovered and fully ready to go. Like, it just works out perfectly. And Sam apparently doesn't take rest days. That dude's a beast, I guess. He once in a while he will, I think. But he's always like, I think he's talked about it where it's, by the time you go back around, you are recovered. And that's true, you are. But I like to throw a rest day in between. So after my 4-day split, I'll throw a rest day in there, just because, especially when I'm bulking, I feel like I get more growth out of taking one actual rest day and having my body fully rested, recovered, and ready to go for like the next 4 days all around again. So I really didn't take it from Sam Solik, but it is very encouraging, honestly, to know that somebody as smart and as big and as experienced as Sam Solik doing the same split as me. That's fantastic. And I can actually watch his videos and get hyped up for doing like the same type of stuff, get ideas from him. I try not to, I don't take everything from him. I definitely don't do that. A lot of the things which he talks about, I know, is what I've told other people too. You just try things. Just try things out, you know? Maybe something that works for Sam doesn't work for you. Maybe stuff that does work for Sam, which is obvious that this dude is a smart, experienced lifter. I think you should incorporate it. At least try it out, right? So, some stuff I have gotten from Sam, um, but other things I just know from my own personal experience. You know what works and what doesn't work for me. So I know he doesn't do those rear delt dumbbell flies like ever, but I like to throw them in quite a bit just because even though they're kind of hard to feel sometimes, I know that they produce good growth. And I mean the pose itself is confirming that. I only did 2 sets of reverse flies after that, and they were looking crazy. So it seems to be working. Um, but I say all that just to be like, you know, don't ever copy people, dude. Like don't actually copy people. Others people who try to be like other people, like that's no fun, you know? Be yourself. No matter what you're doing, be yourself. You're always going to enjoy life better. Um but yeah, like experienced lifters, pro bodybuilders, all these people, anybody who's coming up today, they got all their motivation, experience from other people. So it's all right to look at other people, maybe like take things from them, incorporate into your thing. Tom Plass got a bunch of his stuff from Arnold, you know. I know a bunch of people have gotten stuff from Rich Piana. I never really watched Rich Piana at all. But it, you know, that's all I'm saying is just people incorporate things from the greats who have done it before them and have given advice, given tips. I mean, that everybody just feeds off of each other. That's the great thing about the gym community. But yeah, so a lot of my split is a lot of what Sam Sloaks looks like. So be ready for that. The videos are going to be pretty similar to the in the sense that of the style and of the split. So obviously, I'm not Sam Solik. I am the natty, slightly taller version of Sam Solik and slightly less. I don't want to say experience because that makes me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. I like to think that I do. I've only been lifting for 2.5 years. That's what I'm talking about. Sam Solik, I'm pretty sure, has been lifting for 6+ years, and he's not natural. So, you know, take that how you will. I obviously am not a freak of nature like that dude, but I hope that by watching my videos, you still get something new out of it. Also, I don't plan all of my videos to be like this, but the majority of them probably will be just because I do enjoy doing these. When I do PRs and like more powerlifting stuff, which I do deadlifts and squats, and I like to hit PRs and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna do more of like a compilation, like music edited type of video, and then I'll do full days of eating and stuff and vlogs like that. So I'm gonna try and incorporate all those types of videos, but I think for the majority, these will be the style of videos. So, um, you know, I appreciate you watching regardless. Go hype up Sam Solik. That dude's a beast, and his videos are fun to watch too. But I appreciate you still showing up and supporting me as well. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun making these. Honestly, I don't care about blowing up and stuff like that. Um, I just enjoy doing this. You know, I love lifting. I love making videos. Go follow me on Instagram too, just cause. Um, yeah, cause I've been posting on there for the last couple months too, just cause it's like a hobby for me now. You know, I'm out of school, so I do this on the side just for fun. And so far, I've enjoyed it a lot, man. I've This is my third video, and I've been having a lot of fun. My lifts have been awesome, dude. Today and the last two lifts have been fantastic. Honestly, some of the best I've had in a while. So I think even doing this, I don't know if it's giving me more motivation or I feel like y'all are watching me and I can't let you down or can't like make myself look bad. Something like that gives me that little boost to push a little harder. So I'm having a lot of fun doing these. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are too. But I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be big arm day.